Hey gang, thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Zander Meadows, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 games you get your kids for Christmas.
Alright, so we're back with our top 10 list. Now, your brothers have made this video with me in the past, sharing some of the games that we've enjoyed as a family that you have ranked as some of your favorites. A lot of these are new games. Not all of them are brand new. I can see them all out on the table here. I don't know what order they are in, so I'm excited to see what they are and what order you've ranked them in. Tell us just a little bit about the types of games that you enjoy, though, so that our audience at home can kind of get a feel for what might be about to come.
So I like party games and like card games and strategy games. Just a lot of games in general. I also like playing with neighbors and friends. It's just really fun overall.
Yeah, so he does play a lot of games. We've gotten a lot to the table this year. Some of these are favorites from the past. Are you ready to jump in?
Let's go. Number 10. My number 10 is Everything Ever.
Okay, so this is from Floodgate Games. I think it's like a 2 to 10 player party game. Give us the rundown. What do you do in the game?
So everybody gets 2 cards, and there's 2 cards in the middle, so it's like a category. So you have to go around in a circle naming stuff from that category, and if you can't name anything, you have to place the card. So it's just really fun, yeah.
Okay, so it's a fast-thinking word party game. Who do you normally play this with?
I usually play this with like my brothers, Liam and Lincoln, and just like friends.
Yeah, so a good party game for teenagers, and then family can play along as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Number 9. My number 9 is Coup.
This is from Indie Boards and Cards. I think it's like 2 to 6 players, I think. Yeah, pretty quick. How do you play this one?
So this one you have 2 cards.
You just like having games with 2 cards, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so. So you have 2 cards. Everybody around the table gets 2 cards, and there's different roles and actions. So some people can draw 3 coins, and you have to get 7 coins to assassinate somebody.
So player elimination, trying to get rid of other people in the game.
Yeah.
But pretty fast. It's not the type of game that takes a half hour to even get rid of everybody. You can play around in, what does it say?
I think it's 15 minutes,
yeah,
so really quick.
You can play around in like 7 minutes. It depends on how fast it is. And you play it multiple times.
Yeah.
Lots of cool roles. I think we have some expansion roles in there as well. What's like your favorite thing in the game?
I think my favorite thing in the game is, I think just getting 7 coins and just being like, because if you get 7 coins, nobody can block you.
Yeah.
So you can just like instantly assassinate somebody, so.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Number 8. Next one on my list is Trio by Happy Camper.
So this is a memory game where you are having to tell other players to either play their highest or their lowest card. Your goal is to get 3 people to reveal the same card when you say that, and then you're able to collect it, and if you get 3 sets, you win.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty slick. How's the other way you can win?
You can also win by getting 3 7s, and if you get 3 7s, you automatically win the game.
So it's a pretty quick game, but it is like memory, it is strategy, it is like if you have a card in your hand, you can get lucky and be like, oh, I know where one of these numbers is. You gotta pick that one. I've played this game in some other translations, like in other languages. I think Happy Camper did bring it to the US, and they did a great job with it. It's a lot of fun. It's a really quick, fun party game. Who did you play this with the most?
I think I played this most with my grandma, because she came down here like a month ago, and we just had a fun time playing this a lot.
Right when we got hit by the hurricane, you guys played it a ton, didn't you?
Yeah. No power, just a fun game to play. Coming in at number 7 is Da Da Da.
This is from The Op. It's a new party game that we got to play this year. We've had a lot of fun with this one, actually. Tell us a little bit. This is a unique one. It's not like any of the other party games that I've played recently.
Yeah, so there's a couple cards in the middle, and then you can't speak at all. You can only say what's on the card, so it's like do or something. You have to make language. So there's a bunch of like cards that have like a pencil or a bike, and then you have
objects on them,
and then you have to use that stuff to like make a language. So it's just like really fun to make new languages and have this whole thing figured out.
I think we have a playthrough maybe of it on our channel you can check out, or a review, because it's hard to explain, but it's not hard to play. Once you play it the first time, makes perfect sense, and this is a really enjoyable one to introduce to new people. So like, we don't just play it together, I don't think, as a family all that often, but whenever we have other people over, we're like, oh, we gotta show you this game, it's really neat. And it is pretty fun. Your brain starts to work together, everybody gets on the same page, and you feel really smart when you play the second round of the game, where you look at a card, and then you have to tell everybody else at the table like what the word is, and so you're like, ba da fa, and then everybody actually knows, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts. Number 6. coming in at my number 6 is River Valley Glassworks by All Play.
Yeah, so this was a pretty cool one that we got introduced to like maybe a year or two ago as a prototype. It got published, I think it might have even been a Kickstarter. They did a deluxeified Kickstarter edition. We were able to get a hold of one of those. This game has a lot of really nice components in it. Tell us a little bit about what are you doing in the game primarily?
So there's a bunch of like river basically, and then you had to get gems or glass, and you had to build up your board to get points, and whoever has the most points at the end wins the game. And this is one of my favorite games just because it has a lot of cool components, as you said. Has a lot of cool little glass pieces and other stuff that's just really fun.
Or do you think you're pretty good at it, getting better at it, terrible at it?
I think I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, it's the type of game where the strategy does, you learn like what order to collect your stones in to get more points. You learn which things are more valuable to like do. You learn how to give fewer points to your opponents, so there's a lot of things you can improve on in the game. But overall, yeah, it's just really, really beautiful on the table and pretty fun stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
Number 5. My number 5 is Trekking Through History by Underdog Games.
All right, so we're already halfway through the list. We're flying. We're covering a lot of ground. We've covered some quick party games, some card games. This is probably the most strategic of the games, although River Valley Glassworks is pretty strategic too. Tell us a little bit about Trekking Through History.
So you're trying to get time cards that give you points, so every card you get is another point. And it has a really cool time system for who goes first, because every card has a little symbol for how many places you move on the clock, and whoever's in the back of the clock gets to go first. And there's a little card you're trying to get stuff, so every time you get a card, it has little 2 tokens at the bottom that you can collect and put on your card.
Yeah, so you're trying to score points on your scoreboard. You're trying to do it effectively and efficiently so that you don't spend a lot of time on it. The more cards you collect, the more points you'll get. The game plays over like 3 different time regions, and then also on the back of all the cards are historic events, which is kind of cool. So in between turns, you can actually learn about the Wright brothers' flight and all kinds of other historic events, which is kind of neat, which us parents enjoy. I do think this game has some fantastic colors. The art is really nice. The components are pretty cool. I like this one as well.
Me too. Number 4. The next one on the list is The Shivers by Pop Fiction.
Yeah, alright, so this is a pretty cool one. This is a little bit different than anything we've talked about so far. This one actually has more of an RPG feel to it. You're going to have a narrator who's telling you the story, and the coolest part about the game is like the board game components. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, this game features some really cool 3D pop-up books that have cool different levels and a bunch of different rooms that are attached to it, and you can look in secret little corners and cracks, and there's a bunch of different characters too. There's giant bees and little mice that will crawl around, and weapons and tools that you can use to fight off the beasts and monsters. So
this one does require a little bit more work on at least one player's, like a lot of these other ones anybody can jump into. This one you do have to kind of have like the storyteller who knows, who sets up the scene and who sets up everything and slides in all the cards, and then it is a really cool adventure after that. And the really nice thing is that this game sets it up well for you. So like, as he's looking at the front of the book and seeing all the cool spaces and peeking in the cabinets and looking in the picture frames, I'm looking at the backside and I can see all the clues, and so when they ask me a question, I can know, oh, this is the answer to that because that's what he was referring to. There's some dice rolls. This game actually has a lot going on in it. It's also like a campaign one, so you can just play a one-off scenario, which is fine, but you can also like learn who the family members are and understand the story, and it grows and has all kinds of cool stuff going on. It's fun, it's deep, it's not a casual party game, but it is really slick. It's a lot of fun, and we have definitely enjoyed The Shivers.
Yeah, I really like this game. Number 3.
We're already at number 3. What do you have on your list? Trio?
I have Light.
Sorry, keep going.
I have Lightspeed Arena by Telescope Games.
Telescope, pretty close. This is a really cool game. You have it's an app-assisted game.
Yeah.
Tell us how it plays.
So you have a bunch of little battleships, and you can place them around, blasting other people's ships and blasting asteroids and getting points, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins.
Yeah, so it's a real-time game. The app is going to have a little timer. You're going to be placing these tiles on the table, and then at the end, you actually just take a picture of it, and you get to watch this cool animated space fight where all the ships blast each other with different powered lasers, blowing up each other's ships, and then it scores out at the end whoever lasted. It's slick. I've enjoyed this one a lot. There's also a Tantrum House promo card that you can get on our website, which gives you another custom asteroid for the game. So if you do buy this game, go check that one out. This is a blast. What's like your favorite thing in it?
I really like the app. The app is one of my favorite things. It's just so cool, like taking a picture and all the ship blasting the other ships and blasting the asteroids. It's really fun.
It has like funny comments, like if you shoot your own ship, it makes fun of you.
Yeah.
And like it's a good time. This is cool. All right, let's go on to number 2.
Number 2.
All right, so we're down to the final couple games in the list. Now I see a lot of games still on the table.
Yeah.
Was it difficult narrowing it down?
It was pretty difficult. There was a lot of good games that I was like, I just need to put this here because this is really good. There was a couple of games that I couldn't fit in there, so I was just like, oh, I don't know what I should do with it.
Yeah, so we are going to do like a quick honorable mention to all of the social deduction games that we enjoy. Now, a lot of these games made it into your brother's lists in the past. We'll put some links so you can see some of our other top 10 lists that we made in previous years. All those games are still great and available. We are big fans of Werewolf and One Night and Don't Mess with Cthulhu. That was my favorite. Some older ones like Get Adler, Secret Neighbor. There's a lot of really good ones in there. None of these games are going on the list though because there's a new one that we've just discovered and we've been playing the snot out of it. He's very much enjoyed it. Tell us about your number 2 game.
It is Adventure Party by Smirk and Dagger Games.
Yeah, so this is a role-play light/party game. And it is a lot of fun. Tell us how to play the game.
So everybody gets a little character card that has a bunch of cool rolls and like what weapon you have. So it's like the mug, you have like your fist and like a rope. So and then you have the storyteller or just a normal player tells the roll, and then you have to go in a line like telling the thing. So you roll your dice and it has a number. So say you get like 20, you're like, I got out and escaped and blew up the whole base and won. That would be like a number 20.
Yeah, so each round of the game you reveal a new story scenario. The first one that we played was we're in a prison cell and we're all different characters. How are we going to escape? And then the way the game works is you pick a tool or power that you're going to use. You tell a little bit of the story. All right, I'm going to try to enchant the guard and get him to unlock the door for us. And then you secretly roll your die. And then everybody else at the table has to guess based on the story that you tell after that what your die number was. And so there's some guidelines on if it's a 9 or under, it's a fail. If it's a 10 or over, it's a success. And then how much you succeed or fail determines what number you rolled. You're trying to get them to guess that. It's a cooperative game where you're trying to work together. The good thing about this game is that even when people are really bad at it and they tell stories that are off the wall and don't have anything to do with their die number, it's still really, really entertaining. It's a lot of fun to play this game. We played a bunch of different scenarios. What was like your favorite one that we did?
I think my favorite scenario was we had to get to this crystal behind like a gate, and we had to like break through the gate.
It was like a portal, yeah.
Yeah, and like the floor like crumbled beneath us. So.
Yeah, and the game can change every single time you play it because you're the ones telling the story. So even though it gives you this basic framework, as soon as Mom says that she created a giant cavern between us and the portal, now we have to deal with that, and the remaining players get to figure out what they're going to do each round. Yeah, lots of fun. Adventure Party from Smirk and Dagger.
This probably would have been my number 1 if it wasn't for the next game that was coming. Number 1! Coming in at number 1 is Turbo Kidz, but I do have an honorable mention. It is Zombie Teens. This is also a fun game. I think my brother had it on my list, his list. It was fun, and I really enjoyed it too.
Yeah, so they're in the same galaxy, same universe or whatever. This one is a cooperative strategy game where you are trying to get rid of all the zombies. These are the same kids. Now, what are they doing? They're racing cars, it looks like.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of sheets or like
dry erase?
Yeah, dry erase, and you have a marker and somebody holds your thumb and they control your car.
Hold my thumb, do it.
And they control their car and try to get the right path and then get into the finish line.
Yeah, it's a crazy party game. You have a blindfold that you're wearing. Your teammate is literally using your thumb as a joystick to drive your car, and then you're trying to avoid all the potholes, stay on the track. You have a bunch of jumps and oil spills and everything's going on in the game. Players also have different cars that have different powers, which is crazy. Who is better at this, me or your mom?
Honestly, I just say I think you.
Yeah, we have won a bunch of races together. You can play with like 2 players. You can play, I think you need like 4 minimum to really have it be a race. It is kind of fun to just do with one other person though, to like practice, and then you can play with 6 players. I don't actually even know what the side of the box is. I'm just making this up, but oh yeah, it says 6 because you can have one player controlling the thumb, and another player telling you what to do, which is kind of cool because you can say like faster, faster, slower, back it up, back, go left, you know, whatever. Yeah. And it's just a crazy little party game, but it's been tons of fun. Turbo Kidz.
Yeah.
Man, you put together a really great list. I'm actually very impressed. You had a great variety of things. I don't think your brothers have ever had role-play games on theirs, and you had like 2, so you must enjoy those storytelling ones a little bit more. Which one do you think, I mean, obviously I know which one you like the best. Which one do you think like our family, if you were going to get just one game off the whole list that the whole family could enjoy, which one do you think it is? Is it this one? This is a good one.
I don't think that's the best one. I think the best one for like a family play is Adventure Party.
Yeah. Cool. There you go. So that's the role play game. It is easy to jump into. Rules are really simple, so I'm sure you would enjoy it. I think if you were like intimidated by the role play storytelling part, I think that River Valley is a great family one.
Yeah.
Although honestly, everything on this list was really great. These are all games that our family plays together, that we enjoy, that we play at game night, that we introduce friends to. Hopefully we were able to introduce you to some new games that maybe you can enjoy with your family. So let us know in the comments if you're interested in any of these games, if you've already played them, if you love them or hate them, or if you have any suggestions for games that we should try out based on what we just presented that maybe Zander might enjoy and could be on his list next year. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, following along, liking all of our videos here at Tantrum House. Have a Merry Christmas.
See ya!
Hey gang, thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Zander Meadows today.
You just did it 5-10 seconds ago.
Sorry. Wait. Okay.
Hey gang, thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Zander Meadows today.
What is happening to you?
My number 9 is Coup. Cool. It's Coup.
Why are you only saying Coop today? You don't normally say Coop.
Coup.
Alright.
The next one on my list is da.
He did it. I can't believe he did it.
No, I'm not doing it.
Number 7.
Wait, what is it? What is it called? My number 1 is Turbo Kidz by Mascara. I don't know.
Mascara?
I don't know.
I don't know if they need a Scorpion Masque?
Scorpion.
Masqua.